champion of Australia, former Queensland cruiserweight champion, goes in against Adrian Bellin, who lost the Australian cruiserweight title to Moses Sorovi back in October against Moses Sorovi when he was knocked out in 2 rounds. And as you can see, quite a difference in the tail of the tape in terms of the height and reach advantage that Colin Wilson will enjoy over Adrian Bellin. Certainly experience is on the side of Colin Wilson as well, but he did struggle today to get down to the cruiserweight limit of 86.18 kilos. As you can see, he's just a tick over that at the moment, right on the 190-pound limit. No doubt Adrian Bellin is looking for some redemption here. He went into that fight against Moses Sorovi very confident, but was sat down for the first time in his 14-fight pro career. Colin Wilson has had 30 bouts and has lost only 10 of those. 12 knockouts on his log, and has campaigned at heavyweight level now for some 4 or 5 years. Certainly he is a very tough proposition at cruiserweight level, which is 190 pounds or 13 stone 8 pounds in the old language, and I'm sure he will get a very popular reception here. Being based in this vicinity, Adrian Bellin has made the long trek north from Melbourne, where he trains with Keith Ellis, Champ Camp Gym, where Fox Sports cameras spent some time late last year. They have a tremendous crew going down there. Colin Wilson makes his way, in fact Adrian Bellin, excuse me, makes his way to the ring. He's having some problems as well. You look, Adrian Bellin, that was what threw me straight up. The shock of blonde hair. Keith Ellis not too far away either. Adrian Bellin was looking like an up-and-coming prospect who had designs on a world title, certainly a title in the region, but against Moses Sorovi, well, that all came unstuck, and now he has to start again, Shannon.
Certainly, Moses is a very good fighter. You know, he's got dynamite in his hands, so you know, hopefully for Bellin he can get back tonight and get a win under his belt.
Well, Adrian Bellin has joined us at centre ring along with Keith Ellis. Next up, we'll see the Australian lightweight champion Tony Miller out of the same camp, and it won't be long before Colin Wilson, former WBO Asia Pacific heavyweight champ, as well as the Australian champ, former Queensland champ at 2 weight divisions. His first fight since losing the Australian heavyweight title to Bob Mirovic back in September. So both these men enjoyed a little bit of a break over the Christmas period. Sure, they've been working pretty hard. And as a southpaw, Colin Wilson will present plenty of problems for Adrian Bellin.
Yeah, certainly a southpaw Wilson, as well as the reach advantage to him, you know, height and reach. So it's going to be a hard fight for Bellin, but you know, both guys coming off losses. They're both eager for a win, John.
Oh, we shall move up to our third man in the ring for Fox Sports, and Andy Raymond.
A cruiserweight contest to be boxed over 8 3-minute rounds. Introducing first in the red corner. He is from Victoria. He is wearing blue trunks with white trim. He weighed in at 85.15 kilograms. His record, 11 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 8 victories via way of knockout. Adrian Bellin. His opponent in the blue corner, he hails from the Gold Coast. He is wearing black trunks. He weighed in at 86.8 kilograms. His record, 19 wins, 10 losses, 12 victories via way of knockout. The former heavyweight champion of Australia, the former Queensland cruiserweight champion, one of your own, Colin Wilson.
Oh,
the third man in the ring, Mr. John Couchy. The judges at ringside, Brad Focali, Tony Rock and Jim Creether. The timekeeper, Mrs. Diane Rock.
Okay, look at these two when they get together. It looks like a heavyweight against a cruiserweight.
Behind the head, no punches below the belt. When I say step back, break or stop, you must do that. Okay, so if you're knocked down and standing box, you're going to reach your corner, the one I point at. Shake hands, protect yourself at all times. Come on, boys, shake hands, let's go.
Oh, Colin Wilson, he looks ready to go. Adrian Bellin will need to be on his toes here because he's taking on a much bigger man, giving away some 17 centimetres in height, or 4 or 5 inches, giving away reach advantage substantially. Colin Wilson looks like he's beating up on his younger brother here.
I think Bellin's going to go straight to work and get inside Colin Wilson.
Known to our Victorian viewers as the White Tyson, Adrian Bellin certainly has styled himself on Iron Mike. And watch similar style, who'll try and get inside the range that Colin Wilson is going to enjoy over him.
Can only hope his behaviour outside of the ring's a little better than Iron Mike.
Well, he could scarcely be worse. Bellin wailing away.
Oh, it's good punching.
Good right hand getting through there, the defences of Colin Wilson. Wilson has shown in the past that he has an ability to soak up a lot of punishment. Certainly to the optical nerve, he would appear to have a huge advantage here against Bellin, but don't count out the young Victorian. It's going to be an awkward fight for Adrian Bellin. Not only Wilson a southpaw, an extraordinary difference in stature.
Nice jabs by Colin Wilson.
Looks pretty confident, Colin Wilson. But Adrian Bellin, well, he won't have to go looking for him.
That's Wilson's go, is to get on the back move and jab and keep Bellin off him.
Bellin has won 8 of his 11 fights. 8 of his 11 victories have come by way of knockout. Now Wilson switches orthodox just momentarily.
He's got a certain... The reach advantage goes to Wilson. You can really see it, John.
And dropping his hands dangerously low. He's showing scant regard for the power of Bellin. Now Wilson clubbing with the left hand. Bellin, good combination there, feeding in the left, now working with the body. And feeding another right hand. Wilson's taken some punishment here in the opening round. He's been a little blasé about proceedings. Bellin didn't rise to the top of the Australian cruiserweight tree without some ability. I'm sure our Victorian viewers, including those my local at the Waterloo Cup Hotel.
That's where Wilson doesn't want to be. He's getting all the damage is getting done by Bellin when he catches Wilson against the ropes. Wilson has to stay out in the open, John.
Colin Wilson appears to be in about second gear at the moment. Now he works to the body. Adrian Bellin was smiling at the time. Have to admire the courage of Adrian Bellin to take on such a formidable opponent. And at the end of round number 1, I think the judges find it hard not to give him that round. It certainly dictated the tempo. Appeared to throw more punches, may have landed a few more.
You've got to use that
Listen
jab,
in with Colin Wilson's corner.
Look to step to your left as well and let your fucking left hand go. All right, get on the left-hand side of him. Try your left. He's trying to block you off as you go around with your jab, but all you got to do is go both ways in that, mate. How you feeling? Give him a drink, Bergen.
Colin Wilson certainly had the eye of the tiger before the fight. Some of the wind has been taken out of his sails here by Adrian Bellin in the opening round. Bellin decided he was just going to go with a normal game plan, and that is throw punches, plenty of them. Colin Wilson needs to get with it just a little here. Shannon Taylor on his scorecard has the smaller Victorian taking the opening round 10-9. Adrian Bellin in the blue trunks. The southpaw is Colin Wilson in the black. And there is the way that Shannon Taylor saw the opening round. Very similar numbers on the unofficial scorecard of mine here at ringside as well.
Wilson looks better when he's out in the open. He's using that right lead, keeping his opponent at bay. This is a bad place for Wilson to be up against the ropes.
Soaking up the punishment dished out so far from Adrian Bellin. Deflecting a lot of those punches with his arms. Bellin keeps unloading on him. Colin Wilson just doesn't appear to be too focused at the moment.
Those body punches from Bellin they're going to take a toll over the next 6 or 7 rounds.
We saw in our opening fight with Dallas Costello.
Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt him with the right uppercut.
Yeah, Wilson gets a little busier. Dallas Costello unloaded on McVetros to the body and then wound him up in round number 3. And Adrian Bellin doing likewise here. Bellin is short for a cruiserweight, but against this bigger man, he is out of his depth, but he is unloading here on Colin Wilson. Wilson doesn't appear to be too phased at the moment. He may be a little frustrated that Adrian Bellin just keeps yapping away.
Very composed, Bellin. He's just taking his time, working hard to the body.
No concern yet in the blue corner of Colin Wilson. I'm sure Keith Ellis in the red corner will be pretty happy with the way Adrian Bellin has presented himself so far. Far superior work rate. He's landed the more solid punches.
Nice headbutt.
Nice headbutt. Noticed by Shannon Taylor. Now Wilson gets a little busier, but Bellin is able to just slip those punches. Oh, good left hand. Doubling up with it as well. Now, what is Colin Wilson thinking at the moment? 40 seconds to go here, round number 2. And Adrian Bellin has been all over this much bigger opponent. As we've seen in the past with Mike Tyson, not so much the size of the man, the size of the fight in the man. Sneaky uppercut there from Bellin as well.
It's plenty in Adrian Bellin tonight. He's working well. He's not clinching inside. Well, actually, neither boxer is, but maybe Colin Wilson should get on his bike or clinch Adrian Bellin when he's inside, because he's just allowing Bellin to work and score punches.
Well, the trouble is that Colin Wilson is doing very little at the moment. There's another solid left hand coming from Adrian Bellin at the end of round number 2. And if they didn't score the opening round in his favour, I'm sure round number 2 belongs to Adrian Bellin. Judges at ringside, Brad Vicali, Tony Rock and Jim Creether. Let's listen in with Keith Ellis, who I'm sure is quite happy with Adrian Bellin at the moment.
Come on. Breathe up, mate. Breathe up. Everything's good, mate. You're going real good. Mate, he's trying to slow the pace.
Is that water done, please?
Don't slow down to his pace, mate. You keep it at your pace. You're going real good. Everything's going good, mate. All right? You stay in control. Stay in control, okay? His pace. Come on. Very good. You won 2 rounds, mate. Everything's going good, okay? Hey.
Any jabs. Jab. Bang.
Let it down. Let it go.
When you're in here, don't just use your arm, drop the shoulder. Change that solid one to a left uppercut. Not a left hook, okay?
Here's some of the action from round number 2. Solid blows being landed by Adrian Bellin. That was a little bit of a headbutt as well. And we are underway, round number 3. Adrian Bellin in the blue trunks. And the former Australian heavyweight champion Colin Wilson, the southpaw, in the black trunks. Shannon Taylor at the moment has Bellin winning both opening rounds. And here he is looking the goods in round number 3 as well. Colin Wilson has something else on his mind at the moment. And at the moment he's just soaking up enormous punishment, and Adrian Bellin unloading on him again.
I haven't seen Adrian Bellin fight before. I've heard good reports, and what I see here I like his style. He certainly doesn't clench. When he's inside, he works. He's an honest worker.
Certainly if Colin Wilson believes he has this well in hand, he's going to have to get a little busier. Uppercut from Bellin, right hook, again scoring punches, working away to the body.
Good left uppercut.
Still no concern from Colin Wilson's corner. He's foxing. It's a pretty good audition at the moment. Now he works away to the body. At last, Colin Wilson comes to life, if only momentarily. Bellin rests his forehead against Wilson's head again. Good uppercut. Bellin looking for a big shot here. Wilson getting a little busier in round number 3. Another clash of heads. Our referee John Cauchi will have to keep a close eye on that. Bellin trying to work some angles. At the moment, Colin Wilson prepared just to cover up, take some punishment. Looking a little puffy around the right eye at the moment. Colin Wilson, really, apart from that flurry, it's not much at all. Left hand from Bellin. The uppercut.
Adrian Bellin and Paul Smallman fight would be a good fight. Both two good punches.
Colin Wilson
Good left hook.
on the end of a big left hand again. Bellin working away to the body with a solid shot. Colin Wilson looking a little worse for wear here. Big left hand again. That right eye of Colin Wilson is going to attract the attention, I'm sure. Referee John Couchy before long. All those shots getting through. Wilson hasn't given a suggestion of going down at any stage, but he has soaked up a lot of punishment.
The right eye
is looking very
Wilson
puffy.
Yeah, very puffy. Starting to swell. It's all from the left hooks and the half left uppercut.
Big power from Wilson there, but only 2 punches right at the end of round number 3. Unofficially, I'll give that round to Adrian Bellin again. I don't know that I've seen such a performance from a well-credentialed boxer for some time from Colin Wilson. It just appears to be disinterested at the moment. Let's see if we can listen in. There's that troublesome right eye.
Mate, you're just letting him hit you with the left hook, mate. All it's fucking doing is swelling your eye, alright? Have a round of fucking trying to knock him out, mate, and if you're no good, I'll stop it, alright? You're gonna have to fucking lift yourself, Cole, alright?
No stopping.
Hey?
No stopping.
I'm not gonna let that eye get any fucking worse, mate,
stopping.
alright? Yeah, we'll fucking have a go, mate. You can't just stand there and let him hit you with left hooks, alright?
Well, Shane Brady, the trainer of Colin Wilson, appears to have the same opinion as Shannon Taylor and myself at ringside, that Colin Wilson just doesn't appear to be interested here. Slow to get off his stool, and if he doesn't start producing something, then his trainer is going to throw in the towel. Colin Wilson has told Shane Brady not to stop the fight, but he'd be doing him a favour at the moment because Colin Wilson, well, his mind is elsewhere, and Adrian Bellin looking to rebuild a career. Doesn't mind who's standing in front of him. He's working, and he's working very hard. Wilson just hasn't thrown any punches.
It's good to see a trainer does care about his boxing too.
Wilson gives the impression when he does open up that he has knockout power. Huge reach and height advantage. The solidity of his punches suggests that he may have an edge in power over Bellin as well, but the work rate is all with the Victorian in the blue trunks.
Oh, good punching. I think it's only a matter of time before Wilson's corner throws the towel. He's just laying there and allowing Adrian Bellin to work.
Now punching on the break as well, and lucky not to get a warning there from John Couchy.
That eye's going to pop very soon. One clean punch on Colin Wilson's right eye, and that's going to pop.
Suggestion of a headbutt again there. Bellin just keeps whacking away. Colin Wilson hasn't been in this fight right from the outset. First 3 rounds have all been 10-9 to Adrian Bellin, according to
Look at that eye closing now, John. It's definitely gone.
He can scarcely see out of his right eye now.
His corner's going to throw the towel at the end of this round. I
They'd be doing him a favour.
He's like a punching bag, just standing there doing nothing.
This is the most disappointing performance I have seen from Colin Wilson in his career. Dates back to 1992.
Good uppercut.
His family is steeped in boxing tradition, including his mother, who's been involved in amateur ranks in Queensland. Colin Wilson came into the ring a little nonplussed. It hasn't improved since. John Couchy warning Adrian Bellin for pushing there. He should be warning Colin Wilson for standing still and taking punishment. Big right hand gets through the gloves, now to the body.
And body shots a telling factor, slowing Colin Wilson down on his feet.
Wilson's right eye now is looking very serious indeed.
Oh, another left hook.
He can't see out the right eye, walks into a big right hand.
I'm surprised they haven't...
Well, the sooner they throw the towel in, the better. Yeah. Shane Brady is getting a little closer to the ropes. They should stop this. John Couchy has decided he'll stop it with a standing 8 count.
6, 7. Okay. 8.
Adrian Bellin goes back to work.
Step back. Let's go, boys. Come on.
He has dominated this fight. Full credit to him as well, taking on a much bigger opponent, former Australian champ who has been in against some big names. Big clash of heads there. Getting a little untidy now. Wilson finally opening up for the second time in 4 rounds.
It's plenty hard from Wilson.
One to go on with from Adrian Bellin as well. Colin Wilson doesn't appear to be with us. That right eye is looking very, very untidy. Shane Brady may be prepared to stop this. And saying to referee John Couchy he's had enough. Colin Wilson is down at the moment. It's all over. Well, that is the best thing that we could have done here for Colin Wilson. It has been stopped at the end of round number 4. His trainer Shane Brady has decided that is enough punishment. And the career of Adrian Bellin, the former Australian Cruiserweight champ, is back on the rails. Adrian Bellin, congratulations to the Victorian. He came to fight. He won all 4 rounds easily on the scorecard of Shannon Taylor. Maybe even 10-8 there in the 4th and final round. Colin Wilson, well, I don't know exactly what was going on there, Shannon, but I have never seen an accomplished fighter such as Colin Wilson not defend himself and soak up so much punishment in a fight.
You're not taking any credit away from Adrian Bellin because he fought great tonight. I feel that what I've heard of him, he actually brought to the ring tonight. So, but man, the weight loss for Colin Wilson today maybe flattened him and drained him. You don't know, but great performance by Adrian Bellin.
One wonders what lies ahead for Colin Wilson, but bigger and better things are certainly in store for Adrian Bellin. The official announcement will come from Andy Raymond.
At the end of the 4th round, the blue corner retired their man. Your winner, Adrian Bellin.
Well, Adrian Bellin scores 1 for the Victorians, and next up his stablemate Tony Miller will defend his Australian lightweight title. And here is the Mad Dog, and what a tremendous servant he has been for boxing in Australia. 50 fights and 20 knockout victories in 37 wins for Tony Miller. There are the rankings, the Australian Cruiserweight title at the moment. Paul Smallman having taken the